So glad you could join us from the farm, Stanford Stadium in Palo Alto. Week 7 is underway in EA Sports College Football, and we are ready for a terrific game. It's the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Stanford Cardinal. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe working the sidelines. We'll check in with her shortly. Gamecocks headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. That's not what he had in mind, and they'll give up good field position as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Let's go.
He might want another play. Using his legs, it's 4.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll go to the ground. Got enough for the first. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll go right back to him. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on 3rd down. On the run, it's 4th. Dragged down right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. And he missed it. No good. After the miss, no change in the score.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Sellers. Caught over the middle. It's Harbor. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Here's Sellers to throw. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. There he goes. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Pocket breaking down. Slides to the ground, picks up the 1st down, and avoids the hit.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
The Gamecocks are threatening on 1st and goal. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. That just drives you crazy as an offense to get down there, get that 1st and goal, and you got to back up and make it a little harder. Throwing, Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Well, this offense needed a touchdown. No doubt that was the guy that... was going to be looking for on that play.
Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Stanford's offense heads out, hoping to move the ball on this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. To the air on 1st down. Flips it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Pulls it in. It's Hall. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker.
Here we go. Go, go.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Gets it out quickly. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And what a great job by the QB, man. Seeing the blitz, understanding I got to get the football out of my hands as soon as I possibly can, and he puts it on the numbers to his receiver where he can get those yards after the catch. Great timing, but more importantly, great job seeing what that defense was doing and getting rid of the football.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
14. Go, go.
They'll run play action. He lets one fly deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Yeah, I just feel watching this offense, they need a big play. They need their confidence to get going, get the mojo going, considering they really struggled their last time out. They just don't seem to have figured it out quite yet here in the first quarter.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll move the tight end. Looking for room. It's Irvin. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on once.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. They want to run it left here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Sellers makes the grab. It's Hunt. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
It's 3rd and 5. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Sellers from the gun on third down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets it out to the 22-yard line, and that'll be enough for the first down.
It's so hard as a quarterback on third downs when you're getting blitzed and you know you're going to take a shot right in the face as you let this football go, but you still got to stay in there and you've got to deliver it accurately. That's a tough play by the quarterback, but it pays off. They get the first down. Offense stays on the field.
And the Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Clark. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Looking for a crease. It's McAllister. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. From the gun on 3rd down, Sellers. He's going to take off. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
How nice is it as a play caller on a critical 3rd down in a pretty obvious passing situation when you've got a guy like this that can just take off and go get you the first down, right? There's no panic. Nothing's open downfield. Great job in coverage, but that's not a problem because I just know it's like backyard football again growing up as a kid. He just takes off. He's a better athlete than anybody you've got, and he gets the first down.
Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
At the 40-yard line. That's the first down for the offense.
The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Here's Sellers to throw. He'll take a shot. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Oh, and they blocked it. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2.
The 2-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. South Carolina, 13. Stanford, 0. Number 24, set to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Cardinal offense takes the field ready to attack. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Catch in the middle, it's Ford. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. The play action fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Slings it downfield. And they can't make the connection.
I think that's a throw the quarterback's just got to take a little bit off it to make it easy on his intended target. He just threw that out far a little too much, and too much mustard as well.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Tight end now in motion. Looking for room. It's Ford. Picks up the 1st down. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Keeps it on the option. Inside the 15. Headed to the end zone. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Stanford!
Really nice job of executing that time by the offense on the option play. Really nice blocking up front. And the quarterback there really had a two-way go. He could have pitched that. The pitch guy was wide open. But the QB decided to keep it himself. Down here in the red zone-ish area, he's able to make guys miss and take it in for the score.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Gets it out fast. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Throwing, Sellers. Trying to escape and get it himself. Slides, avoids the punishment, and picks up the first down.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
And the Gamecocks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Sellers. Got it in the middle, it's Harbor. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on third down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking for space, it's Ford. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He'll run it again. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
He's got an open man. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Wants to fire on second down. Shoots it to the left. Makes the catch. It's Ford. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. They'll run it. It's Ford. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Timeout is called by the Cardinal. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Ready. Ready. Check, check.
Might be calling a hot route.
Hey, move. Where did he go?
Pulls it on the option. Rumbles all the way down to the 6-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and he gives him a 1st and goal.
Where did he go?
They'll try to get it in with the run.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or 2.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. And send the tight end in motion. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Cardinal!
This is a guy that put a a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Here's Sellers to throw. Stepping to the right. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. On target over the middle. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wide receiver going in motion. Throwing, Sellers. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. Fires into traffic and intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Well, I can tell you haven't played the position. If you can't step into throws and you can't follow through, it obviously affects your accuracy. And I think the hit on the quarterback right there certainly contributed to that interception.
Let it go!
The give. Turning it on. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. The Gamecocks take a timeout. That's their last one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. Now up by 4 here in the 3rd quarter. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. And leading things off, we take a look at Miami, taking on the Florida State Seminoles. And it's the Hurricanes with a real chance to make this a memorable season. A 7th straight victory following everything that happened last year would put the rest of the sport on notice. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside SEC.
South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Sellers. The short hands. It's Gibson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Lets it fly. Finds a spot in the middle. Down inside the 35. Stopped him at the 34. And what an electrifying play.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's McAllister.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Sends it back in motion. Here's Sellers to throw. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
Hey, guys, I'll tell you what, man. They went into half. They were ready to rock and roll to start this 2nd half. They put a nice drive together, and then it's just about managing the game, right? Don't take points off the scoreboard. I start to get an area where I'm in field goal range. I'm getting ready to score a touchdown. Be smart with the football. He gets just a little greedy, and the defense makes him pay.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
The give to the back. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking down the middle. Wide open downfield. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Oh, what a cut. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Stanford!
Man, this is why you see tight ends featured in offenses now across college football. They're so pivotal because they're so big, so strong, can break tackles, and then can outrun people and get to the end zone. Big play by the big fella.
Number 13, set to kick this one away.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Throwing, Sellers. That's caught. It's McAllister. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Sellers lined up in the gun on third down. And it's picked off for the third time today. Bringing it back. Did some work on the return. They mark him out of bounds right at the 20.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to...
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cardinal! No mid-season concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Sellers rushes on him, floats it out in space. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Back to pass, it's Sellers. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to... the puzzle, and with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Big plays like that makes play calling so much easier. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Go!
Wants to throw it again. That's caught. It's Harbor.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
The Gamecocks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Here's Sellers to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
This quarterback has thrown a lot of picks. I don't know if he's just not seeing the field right or he's just trying to force too many throws. That should have been number 4 right there, but the defender dropped it.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Snagged out of the air. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And they take it in for 6 more points. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Right down the gut of the field. Brought down after the huge gain gets this offense set up at the 27.
And they're attacking the middle of the field. That's a big gain by the offense. And I know the big fella, I know it takes him a second to get going, but once he gets 8, 10, 12 yards downfield, those are big strides, and it's hard for people to keep up with them. Really nice job getting vertical. Nice play by the offense.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. There's a crease. Touchdown, Stanford! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 12th of the season. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Throwing, Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Finds his man, it's Harbor. He moves the chains and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
Brought down at the 33-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
And the Gamecocks peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. The run inside. It's McAllister. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Sellers. Looking deep down the right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, this guy has had himself a day. Already over 100 yards receiving in the game, so no wonder the quarterback's looking his way, and no wonder the defense now has finally figured out they're trying to throw it to him, so we got to cover him. We got to knock balls down and force incompletions.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Zings it complete to the right. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
Looking for space. It's Ford. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Firing deep. Finds a man on the right. Running through contact. Touchdown, Cardinal! And the route is on. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Here's the pressure. Escapes the... And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Here's Sellers to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. What in the world was he doing? Where was he going? And they get him for a safety.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple of weeks, especially the next week at practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. After their defense slammed the door shut, now the finishing touches can be put on this one.
Ready, go!
On the ground, it's Ford. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The offense changing the play. Right back to the well. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Escapes trouble. He'll get rid of it. Got his man downfield. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like, they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you could just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
Stanford going back to work with another first down. The give to the tailback. Finding some room. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
Trying to run, it's Ford. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. On the run, it's Irvin. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They've finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. That's caught. It's Clark. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
I mean, some quarterbacks have a hard enough time just completing passes in the pocket, but to do it on the run, like when you got that kind of speed and that kind of momentum going, it takes a special kind of athlete, and that quarterback, he's a different breed.
Throwing, Sellers. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Sellers. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
First down for the offense.
The Gamecocks, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll throw it from the red zone. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. It's complete to the right. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone coverage, man coverage. They've mixed up personnel. None of it has worked. This guy has carved them apart.
And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening.
Man, what a throw. Under duress, getting hit as you throw, and he's been sacked several times today. I love how he continues to hang in the pocket and make plays for this offense.
Into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing. The AT unit on the field. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. So an 82-yard drive there, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Timeout is called by the Cardinal. That's their first. They'll take this opportunity to talk things over on the sideline. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He stopped right at the 35, almost found a little room for a big return, but they get him on the ground right there. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. Working well behind the sticks on second down. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. That we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.